welcome to the Lakeside Fantasy Football Podcast, where we do not have the answers, but neither do the experts. We're joined tonight by a very special guest. Vinny Hunt is here, and he's going to be mock drafting with us, and it's going to be an awesome episode.
Vinny from the Dan and Vinny Show.
From the Dan and Vinny Show.
Crossover.
That is correct.
Excellent podcast. Check it out.
It's great to have you on here, Vinny.
Thank you very much. I'm excited, guys. I've been doing fantasy football with you for a while now, so it's cool that you guys are putting your expertise out there.
Yeah, our expertise. We'll call it that. We appreciate it.
You want to do a little plug for your podcast, Vinny?
Or maybe save that for the end?
Yeah, we can save that for the end. That's fine. It's just Dan and Vinny Show on all platforms. If you're a wrestling fan, go watch it. Or if you just like some guy time, I don't know. Just a couple dudes hanging out here. Couple dudes hanging out.
That's all this podcast is too. Yeah.
Exactly.
We love our guy time.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just fun. Like, I don't know. It's cool seeing like you get views and stuff of people watching it, but like it's just fun. I just like doing it.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
So we're doing a mock draft tonight. I'm assuming we have it recording so that they can see the mock draft live along with us.
Yep. Yeah, it's up
on
and
our
ready.
faces. Cool. So we've randomized the picks. We're drafting with bots also. We got Vinny with the second overall pick. Connor's in the third spot. Matt has 10, and I have 11. So we're going to go through, react to the bots' picks, and kind of talk through our picks, where we're at. And hopefully this is helpful for all of you. Mock drafts are super important. I do a ton before I actually go to do my leagues draft, just to kind of get my strategy in order and kind of know who I want to target when, kind of thing. I don't know. Do you guys do a lot of mock drafts or?
Haven't in the past, but feel like definitely should do more of them. You know, definitely prepares you. This draft is so important.
Yeah.
I do way too many.
I do too.
Yeah, more than I should, I feel like.
I probably should do them more than I do because, like, there'll be times where I already have a pick in the back of my head, and then they get taken, and then I'm kind of stumped, and I kind of under pressure just pick someone, and then I regret it later.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting because Connor and Vinny, they're both sandwiched together, so I'm gonna expect the both of them stealing picks from each other. And then me and Kyle were sandwiched next to each other, so I feel like there's gonna be some tomfoolery going on there.
We're gonna be opening up that tier list spreadsheet and doing some referencing real quick.
Yeah. Maybe you should have
wait
set the
around
timer to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, if you guys ready, we can hit start for this mock draft.
Do it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
As always, this is a PPR mock draft. We tend to focus a lot on PPR because that's how our main league is. But yeah, all good.
All right. Jonathan Taylor off the board.
All right, that's not super surprising, right?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
My turn to pick already.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense to go with Christian McCaffrey. I mean, sometimes it's risky, but because he gets injured all the time, but he's such a stud that it's almost worth the risk. Not almost, it is worth the risk.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like that pick.
You definitely can't go wrong with that, I feel like.
No.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest question mark is just the injuries, but like ceiling is, I feel like, the highest of all the running backs, especially in PPR.
See. Definitely going running back. Derrick Henry. Got Eckler. I got to go Derrick Henry, though. Just
nice
pure
pick.
talent.
Whoa. All right, now we got the bots picking, so they're going real fast.
Yep.
So we got let's analyze this real quick. So we've got Cooper Kupp going at 4, which I feel like that's not that surprising.
It seems like he's been like creeping up on the ADP lately.
Yeah.
Like he's been drafted pretty high now, like top 4. But yeah, we got Dalvin Cook going, and then Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, kind of falling a little late, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. I probably wouldn't have picked him this high, but
probably not quite this high, but it's not that surprising.
Yeah.
I would take Kelce at the end of the first, maybe even second.
Yeah, I'd consider him there, but not.
Like, I don't think. Nah.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Justin Jefferson, I would have heavily considered Justin Jefferson if he fell to me. I'm a little sad he didn't. I'm kind of in that weird limbo where I'm not gonna get like a running back that like I'm very confident in. I mean, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, DeAndre Swift are there. They're all really good players, but I don't think they're at the same level as Dalvin Cook or Najee Harris or some of the other guys who were taken.
I agree with you.
But if you skip on running back, where are you going to get it later?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might have to opt into taking a receiver where I'm at right now, which I'm not totally in love with, but I think I can wait a little bit on running back. So, I'm picking my man.
Surprise.
Monte Adams is a good pick. Yeah, I think.
There you go.
I think with a lot of the mock drafts I've been doing, if I fall to that back half of the first round, like if I'm getting picked, like we have a 12-team league, so if I get like after pick like 10, I find myself consistently using that first round pick on an elite receiver, just because I think that there's like a certain line where like those elite running backs go, and then like, are you gonna take like a 1B kind of running back, or are you gonna take a 1A kind of receiver kind of thing? And I find myself trending towards taking the receiver. So here, at like 11, I would debate taking like Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs. I like Tyreek Hill, but I don't think I'd take him quite this high, like over those guys. I'll take. I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs there, and that's tough.
I'm surprised there.
See, I Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase are like, it's tough for me. I kind of went with Stephon Diggs right there just because Jamar Chase is my keeper in our league. So like in all our mock drafts, I've been not drafting him just because I know that I already have him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a toss up for me there of Diggs or Chase.
Were you kind of hoping for someone to fall with your next pick?
Yes. So with my like what I've been finding with my mock drafts is I've been consistently hunting Nick Chubb in second round. So like what I'll do is like if I'm at the end of that first round, I'll snag whatever top tier receiver is kind of falling to me, like out of like Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, and Jamar Chase. Like those are my S tier receivers. I'll take one of them and then calculate if I think I can get like Chubb in the second round because I think he's just such a good value at that turn. So I'm gonna go with Chubb.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if Stephon Diggs or Jamar Chase fell to me, I would have had to select them, I think. And I might have went down the rabbit hole of wide receiver only for the first couple rounds. Which I think is a very real strategy in this year's draft. I think there's a lot of talent out there at the wide receiver position, and you can get some value picks at running back later on. Not going to go that route, though. Right now, I'm debating on 3 players. I want to get that RB1. So I'm thinking between Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley. Recent news.
Swift.
I'm not in love. I'm not in love with Swift. I'd rather have one of the
The
other
Lions.
guys. Nah, yeah. As a Packers fan, I can't do that. Um, in recent news with Alvin Kamara, his court case got pushed back 2 months.
Did
There's
it
like,
really?
yeah, there's real
Wow.
talk. Yeah, there's real talk that his suspension might get pushed back to next year. So I think that's very intriguing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I knew that Kamara was playing week 1, I would have taken him with either of my first 2 picks.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah, right now he's in training camp. He's participating. It's still a question mark. I mean, I think he's still going to get suspended this season, but it might not be until later in the season. I don't know. I mean, with his court case being pushed back 2 months, I think he's going to start the first couple weeks. But there's too many question marks for me there. So I think I'm going to go with a safer PPR pick for running back, which is Aaron Jones. So.
Some
Did anybody hear
interesting
that?
picks there.
Wow.
I heard
Yeah.
that.
I think
I was very confused what that was.
I think that came from the iPad. My iPad
Oh,
right
was
here.
it? Okay.
I think Sleeper has
No,
sound bites.
yeah, it's a sound bite, Vinny, that we have.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
okay. Surprised
Okay.
Josh Allen was picked so early. I guess I shouldn't be.
Yeah, there's always a QB, and every year it seems like there's a QB that's the one QB that's taken in the first 2 rounds. It's usually Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
This year's definitely it's Allen.
Yeah, too high for me in the early second round. That's too high for me.
Yeah.
You're such a Packers fan, Matt. Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones on your team.
Yeah, I'm really not biased here at all.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Jones is gonna have a really good season.
He just makes me nervous with Dylan there. You think there can be 2 productive running backs?
I think there can. He's not gonna catch passes. Dylan's just he'll be the main rusher there, but for PPR, I think Aaron Jones is gonna be heavily involved.
Mm-hmm. So we got DeAndre Swift at I don't even know what 4th in the second round.
Yeah, it's interesting. He goes a lot higher in normal drafts, or at least ADP. We were all kind of skeptical of DeAndre Swift, and it kind of reflects in this draft for how far he fell. At least I think.
It's just do I really trust the Lions to get good scoring opportunities? I don't know. I think I could see. I mean, I feel like DeAndre's just definitely going to be a top 20 option, maybe top 15. But I think people are buying him as a top 10. And maybe I could be wrong, but it just makes me nervous that Lions offense. And I feel like with him, you're buying a little bit of potential. He's one of those guys that I feel like is getting hyped up, and he's just slowly climbing draft boards kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not super comfortable taking him in the first 2 rounds, and I could be totally wrong, but I've been avoiding him in my mocks.
Yeah, I could see late second, but I think he's going way too early.
Yeah. And what do we got? We got Josh Allen.
Very early.
Very early. Take him over Saquon, CeeDee Lamb, Alvin Kamara. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't see that. I can't see myself doing that.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Josh Allen. You're just passing on some really talented skill position players that are not as, I don't know. There's just less of them that are going to score that many points
The QB
compared to pro
talent,
QBs.
yeah, the QB talent pool this year I think is pretty deep. So I think you can get pretty darn close near the same value as Josh Allen, but in later rounds.
Yeah. I like, so we got CeeDee Lamb 6th. I like that spot for him.
Yeah.
I think he's a guy that could be he could be a top 5 receiver this year. That's where I'm at with CeeDee Lamb. I think he could definitely be.
Seems like that team made some good value picks with Eckler, getting him later on, and then CeeDee Lamb, kind of like what they're doing there.
Yeah, I'm liking those 2 picks.
We got Mark Andrews, 7th in the second round. He's definitely an A to S tier tight end. That's pretty early for me. I don't know. Just looking at some of these guys that are left, like Debo's still on the board. Tyreek Hill's still on the board. You're gonna take Mark Andrews over these guys? To me,
I've
I wouldn't
never
do
drafted
it, but
a tight end this early before.
Yeah. I never have either.
To me, Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce, I think, at least to me, I think they're pretty close for this year. It's still too early for me to be picking tight end. I just can't do it.
The only one I'm comfortable taking this early is Travis Kelce. If Travis Kelce would have been available to me in the second round, I would have strongly considered it. Mark Andrews is a great tight end too. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I see so many targets going Travis Kelce's way with them not having Tyreek Hill now also, and he's already an extremely productive player. But yeah, I don't know. For me, super early for Mark Andrews. Then we have Kamara going 8. That's a risky, but that could really pay off because look at that team. If Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara, that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
If that works out for him.
And then I like the Barkley Cup team too. I mean, I think Barkley could prove a lot of doubters wrong this year.
I agree with you. I would be targeting him in the late second for sure if I was picking there.
All right, and that brings to my pick. I've been going back and forth, running back, receiver. So you got Debo, Tyreek. I was thinking maybe Leonard Fournette, just because running back on a good team.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you're high on Fournette.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I can get an okay running back with my next pick, so I might want one of these top 2 receivers here. But it's do I want to take the risk of Tyreek Hill? But Debo's feels pretty safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna do that.
If I were in your position, I would have taken Debo also.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's as an update to our tier list episode. Now that he has his contract and he's locked in, we know he's playing. I think Debo's borderline S tier, very high A, borderline S. I feel like I would consistently take him over Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I think with his contract, he had a incentive built in for rushing yards, so that was
oh wow,
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
I can get basically a running back at receiver.
Yeah. And that pick for you definitely makes a lot of sense. You tend to go with the more safer picks, and I agree. Tyreek Hill would have been on the more risky side.
Yeah.
But Debo, yeah, safe pick. I like that.
For sure.
It's so tough.
So I'm concerned with like having McCaffrey. I would want a strong RB2 since McCaffrey gets injured so easily.
Mm.
It's true.
Are you liking any of the
I would
RBs though that fell to you?
that that's that's the question. I mean, I'm gonna get a pick another pick pretty soon anyway. But like you guys were saying, Tyreek Hill is pretty risky right now on the Dolphins.
Could also be a big swing though at this position.
Could be.
Getting them late second.
Absolutely.
Could
I
play the
was
waiting game.
gonna go. Yeah, I was gonna go with Debo for sure.
Ah.
But
First steal.
I mean,
That's the
we
first
did know this
steal.
was gonna. We did know this was gonna happen. I was like, I'm gonna take the risk with Tyreek. See how it goes.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
And look at
and
that,
it's me
right back to you.
again.
So we had
Yeah.
Fournette after your pick at
I
212.
that's who I was gonna pick.
Okay, and then we had AJ Brown at the 3-1. Pretty decent picks.
Yeah.
Not the highest on Fournette, personally.
Me
You can watch
neither.
you can watch our last episode for that conversation.
You see the
AJ
new
Brown
picture?
though.
You see the new
No,
picture of Leonard
I
Fournette?
didn't.
He's
I don't
looking a
think I
little
did.
thick.
Really?
Is
Yeah.
he?
Oh man.
It's looking like an Eddie Lacy situation.
Oh no.
Anyways, go on.
So yeah, then AJ Brown 3-1. I really like that spot for him. I think that's a really good value for AJ Brown there. I don't know though. Taking him over Mike Evans.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
surprising to me.
Taking them both over Ezekiel Elliott.
Huh.
I don't know.
Vinny, you're not gonna have a pick for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
why I need to be careful here.
Yeah. So if there's a guy that you really want, you might have to reach a little bit to get that guy.
Yeah.
Chances are they'll be gone by the time it gets back to you.
that's what's tricky about
Absolutely.
drafting at the top and bottom of the
Mhm.
rounds because you're like, oh, I'm not picking for a while.
Right.
So
like with
I don't
Aaron
know.
Jones, I think you could get him a little bit later than when I picked him, but I believe in that guy, so I reached a little bit for him.
And I think you should do that.
Absolutely.
You don't want to just live based off of ADP.
No.
Then you're not even picking the
Yeah.
team. You're just picking it based on where the computer's telling you
Yeah.
pick the team. Like
Exactly.
if you're confident in a guy, you can reach a
And
little.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I want Williams.
I kind of don't either, Vinny.
I'm surprised he's so high.
I feel like he's really high, and
Purely because of potential.
it's a potential
Yeah.
pick. I
Yeah.
really shy away from potential picks.
Yeah.
I bought into the Cam Akers potential pick a few years ago during his rookie season, and it was like a 6th-round pick, and it just didn't pan out. I'm like, I don't really want to buy into this potential, but you kind of have to sometimes.
Cam Akers is another potential pick this year too.
Yeah. We've kind of seen, I don't know, we've kind of seen it with Cam Akers a little bit. We've had a few games of over 100 rushing yards.
Yeah,
I
we need a full
believe.
season though.
We need a full season.
You see, I'm leaning towards Mike Evans, but I feel like I'm more likely to get a good receiver next round than a good running back. So that's where I'm having a tough time.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling down.
See what's coming, yeah.
I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head that I'd go for. I still can't believe Williams is this high. Zeke didn't have the best year last year, but he's Zeke.
Yeah, even like his down year, he was still like what, a top 10 running back.
Yeah.
I think so.
We looked up his stats, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, he had over 1,000 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They do have Tony Pollard back there that looks really good, and I think
That's
people
what
are afraid of
people are worried
him
about.
taking over.
Yeah. Connor was always pretty solid too.
Thanks.
Touchdown machine.
Yeah. Oh man. This is where it gets tough. But Evans is so good, man.
Mhm.
Oh,
I don't know, guys. I don't think I'm taking James Conner before RB27.
Yeah.
Whatever my spreadsheet said.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes if I find
all right.
myself in a pickle with deciding between players, sometimes I just think about like who's gonna have the better offense.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's true. That's something to look at too.
yeah, good offense. Then it's not a too risky of a pick to go with that player.
Yeah. You know Tampa Bay's going to have a good offense.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Julio Jones now? Sheesh.
It's an all-star team.
Sheesh. That's an actual fantasy team.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like an all Tampa Bay team for
Oh
fantasy.
Yeah.
my God. All right, I'm gonna bite the bullet here and go with Mike Evans.
That's a good pick.
I might
I mean, looking
regret
at
it
your teams,
later and see what RBs are available, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
it's like, how can you be mad though? Like with like Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, and Mike Evans, like
I mean,
that
that's
team.
that's
If that
awesome.
team doesn't, yeah, if that team doesn't perform well, like you can't look back and be like, I didn't draft good players. Like,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good start, I'd say.
Definitely. All right. I feel like I got to go running back. Just which one? Javonte Williams fell a bunch. Had him last year. He was pretty good. Better offense now. He has Melvin Gordon behind him, so that's always a, but
yeah, I feel
maybe he,
like Melvin Gordon's definitely gonna like vulture some touchdowns like he did last year. He had a lot of touchdowns.
yeah. And then you have Zeke. And, he's Zeke, so pretty safe pick there. I think he's going to have a better year than last. But then there's James Conner, and I know how Kyle feels about that.
It's just like a joke at this point. Have you guys like that thumbnail that I made?
Yeah,
For the
yeah,
episode? I put James Conner and Brandon Cooks in A tier.
yeah. It was a really good thumbnail.
I spent way too long making that.
It was worth it.
I put the old Tom Brady, like F tier, D tier, whatever.
And then the Tyreek Hill was like a class
Yeah.
picture or something.
Yeah, it's the Step Brothers picture with Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Have to get into the thumbnail game. I feel like Keenan Allen's a super safe pick here too.
Yeah.
Especially PPR.
He's definitely a stud, but I don't know, I feel like I can get wide receivers later.
Yeah, you're thinking running back.
Yeah. I'm thinking James Conner, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know, it's kind of risky. I like his situation though. Like no more Chase Edmonds, good offense, amazing year last year. The only thing is like, was it because of the touchdowns? Also,
All right, you did it.
I did it.
James Conner,
I was
there it is.
high on him on my tier list,
There
so
it is.
You were.
You have to stay true to your tier list.
yeah, that could be one I look back on when it doesn't turn out so well. This isn't my actual team, so.
Yeah.
That's right. And for our league that's going to be watching these videos, we're gonna when it comes to our actual league, we're gonna do everything the complete opposite. Just
Completely
throw you
different.
all on. That's the whole point of these videos.
Just to trick you.
Yeah, just to completely trick you. So then we've got Javonte Williams at 3-4, then Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Zeke Elliott, Terry McLaurin, and then David Montgomery. So anyone in there that's surprising or?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Elliott's going a little late. Later than I thought, at least.
I agree. I think people are really scared of Tony Pollard, and I'm kind of not.
I'd only be scared if he
work,
got hurt. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
more
even
of a question of
Zeke's
injury.
even Zeke's down season. I mean, he still was rushing for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah, there's still gas in the tank, I think.
I think so.
I was really hoping he would fall to me. I would have snatched him up without even hesitating. But now I'm in a very interesting territory. This is where people like Kyle Pitts, George Kittle, I mean, they're getting drafted around here. I'm not in love with Kyle Pitts or Darren Waller. I can't give away too much because Kyle is gonna vulture 2 players from me. So I can't say too much.
That's a good point, actually. You can't talk through your future plans too much here.
Yeah. So this makes it a little bit tricky. Oh. This is really tricky.
You're at a tough spot.
Yeah, I don't like the spot I'm at right now.
Like where you're at, it's like, do you want to snatch one of these top tier tight ends, or you want to wait forever on tight end? That's kind of the spot you're in right now.
That is the spot that I'm at right now.
Yeah.
This is tough. Man, oh man.
And I will say, when you're actually drafting your fantasy team, you have that added I have 2 minutes kind of thing going on too. So you got some stress going too. You're like, oh,
yeah. This is where I would panic pick a player.
Yeah,
and that's the worst. I don't have enough time.
It's the worst. You can have your rankings, your tier lists, all that set aside, but then when you're live reacting to a draft, there's gonna be those picks where you're like, you just pick, and you're not entirely sure, because you have to kind of react to what other people are doing, and if you think you can wait on a player or not, if they're gonna be available to you in your next pick.
Made the decision.
Wow.
I'm not going to wait on tight end.
Interesting.
I'm pretty high on George Kittle. If he stays healthy, I think he's a top tight end to have.
I like it.
So 3rd round is usually earliest I would go for a tight end.
Yeah.
And this is back of the 3rd round too. So
decisions here.
Now I'm playing a little bit of the waiting game on my part. Hopefully Kyle doesn't vulture any of the players that I want.
I am also going tight end here, and I'm going with Kyle Pitts.
All right.
I think I'm a little bit higher on Kyle Pitts than you are, Matt. He had a good rookie season and with over 1,000 receiving yards, I believe, and I just think he's going to get a similar stat line. Hopefully more touchdowns. That was his biggest thing that like didn't propel him into like true. I mean, there's not that many tight ends, so he was still a tight end one, but like a true like top tier tight end is that he only got like one, 2 touchdowns or something. I'm not overly confident that'll improve with the Falcons this year, but I think that he'll get a good amount of targets and yards.
Yeah, I think the reason I didn't go Kyle Pitts is because I had him last year, and while it may look like he had a good season statistically, most weeks were brutal. I'd be getting 3 points with him week to week,
Really?
and then he'll have like a really good game. But too many times he disappointed me, even with that good stats that he got that season. But I didn't want to go down that roller coaster again.
This is good. You're educating me. I didn't own him, so I didn't know his like. That's actually a good idea too. If you're like scouting players, it's a good idea to look at the game logs to kind of see how consistent they are too, in terms of consistently getting points, or are they just having like explosion weeks? Like I know like Tyler Lockett was like that last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tyler Lockett statistically ended the year as a top 10 receiver, but if you didn't play him consistently, you probably missed out on some of his huge games where he would get tons of receiving yards and tons of touchdowns or what have you.
So yeah, I think Kyle Pitts was very inconsistent last season, and I expect more of the same just because it's the Falcons offense, and now it's just a completely different quarterback throwing to him. And then I think George Kittle proven that he's pretty consistent when he's on the field.
Yeah, his biggest question is just that health.
Mm-hmm.
I think like if it was flipped and you took Kyle Pitts, with my pick I would have taken George Kittle most likely.
Right.
So next we had Deontay Johnson at 312, and then Patrick Mahomes at 4-1. Kind of surprised Patrick Mahomes went all the way down to the 4th round. I would have thought he would have been a 3rd rounder.
Yeah, that difference between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, I don't think there's much of a like fantasy stat difference, but Josh Allen in the 2nd round versus Patrick Mahomes in the 4th round, I'm liking the Patrick Mahomes pick way more than the Josh Allen.
Yeah. Like if Mahomes was still around, I know we've talked about draft strategies and the tier list that like I don't like taking QBs that early. If Mahomes is available to me with my pick in the 4th round, I'm really considering that. Like I might do that because that's to me that's an amazing value for Patrick Mahomes. So I'm on the clock. Top players ADP wise, you got Cam Akers, Justin Herbert, Darren Waller, Jalen Waddle, Breece Hall, Michael Pittman, Antonio Gibson.
Are you picking Mahomes if he fell to you in this 5th round pick?
In that 4th round, you mean?
Oh, it's the 4th round. Never mind. Yeah. 4th round pick.
I would have strongly considered it.
Yeah.
That's going against my whole draft strategy episode, I know, but like when there's a good value like that, I mean, you kind of. I look at value more than just like I have to take this position because that's my strategy. You know what I mean? Like to me, Mahomes is worth a 4th round pick.
And you wouldn't say Justin Herbert's on that level.
He's close. He is close. I think we just have more of a track record with Mahomes. I had Herbert, not last year, the year before that, and he like his rookie year. I completely believe in Justin Herbert.
I had Herbert last season, and he balled out, man.
Yeah, he's really really good. I wouldn't fault someone for taking Herbert in the 4th round either. I don't think I'm going to, just because I have my eyes set on. I think I'd rather go with a skill position with this pick and then go for QB a little bit later. But I wouldn't fault anyone for picking Herbert here.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where some big names are starting to dwindle.
Yeah. So here, I like Waddle. Cam Akers is a little risky. We got Pittman. Oh man. I also like DK Metcalf and Josh Jacobs. I think that they're two guys that are going a little bit later ADP wise than I think they should be. I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs here. And that's going down a little bit in terms of the ADP, but he's kind of a guy that I believe in. So like I would reach a little bit for him. I find myself doing that in a lot of my mock drafts. He's had 3 seasons in the league now, and he's had consistently strong fantasy seasons. Like he's a pretty consistent player in my eyes. Like top 15 running back finishes each of his years. And I don't really see that changing. I see the Raiders offense actually taking a step forward this year, especially with like Devontae Adams and everything. So I'm pretty confident in Josh Jacobs, especially 4th round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that pick.
He was definitely one that I was considering. You definitely made my pick a lot more easy for me. Because yeah, with the ADP, that would have been another player that I would have been reaching for. So you reached for him or for me, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Right now, I'm thinking grab another. I'm thinking I think there's a lot of wide receiver talent um, that I could get later on. So right now I'm focusing on getting another running back um, before the well runs dry, so to say.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to go with Jacobs there too, just because I was worried about like if I don't take a running back here, I'm not picking for a while, and I'm not gonna like what my RB2 is gonna be looking like. Whereas I think I can. There's some receivers I can snag a little bit later that I'd be cool with.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we went by tier list, I should be picking Cam Akers, but I think there is one player that we've all kind of overlooked that I'm kind of excited for, and it is Breece Hall from the Jets.
Excited about Breece Hall?
Ooh.
You're buying into
Yeah,
that hype?
I think I'm buying into it. At least taking a risk on him.
Been watching your highlights.
I've been watching highlights. He looks exciting. Yeah, I think there's a high ceiling for Breece Hall. I mean, Michael Carter, the previous starter for the Jets, I mean, he somehow was relevant in fantasy and to Jets running back, and it was just some random guy named Michael Carter. So they used a high draft pick for Breece Hall. I think he's gonna be heavily involved in that offense, and
I believe it.
I like to get a guy who is gonna get the volume. So he's has a lot of opportunities to score, get yards. Um, so that's why I'm leaning towards Breece Hall over Cam Akers. I think on that Rams offense, there's a lot other options to go to rather than Cam Akers.
I think I was really contemplating Cam Akers with my pick also. I think that the Rams like to utilize one running back, like a workhorse running back. I could totally see if that is Cam Akers this year, I could see him being a top 10 running back, like for sure. Like he's a little bit risky, but I like him in the 4th round for sure. Yep. I think you're the price you're paying is a fair admission ticket. So we had Cam Akers right after your pick. Then we had Jalen Waddle, Darren Waller, then Justin Herbert, Jerry Jeudy, then DJ Moore. We already talked about this in tier list. I think Jerry Jeudy, that's super high for him. Nothing else. It's a potential pick. It's a potential pick. I like Waddle in the 4th round. If you're looking receiver in 4th round, nothing else like stands out to me that like like, oh, that's crazy,
No. Yeah. I already know who Connor's smashing the buy button on.
Yeah.
I can already see it. I'm not gonna say it though.
Yeah, I am pretty confident with this pick. So maybe thinking the same thing. I think well, I like doing position picks. Like there's all like pick the best available and all that. And I think I am picking the best available here, but I want that wide receiver too, so that's definitely what I'm looking at. And I guess I'll just say it. Well, I'll draft it.
Yep.
There it is,
Michael Pittman.
Yep.
Been all in last year. Improved last year, and I think it's going to be the same this one.
Yep.
It's a very
Connor,
safe pick.
Connor, if I wasn't going down the running back route for the 4th round, Michael Pittman would have been the receiver that I would have picked, that I would have reached for at my position.
Yeah, I was hoping
would you pick him over?
What would you say, Kyle?
Oh, would you have picked him over Waddle?
I would have, yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty high on Pittman.
Yeah. Receiver 1 versus receiver 2.
True.
QB upgrade.
Yeah.
He's already
proven.
So. Yeah, already proven to be a really good receiver, and I think he's just going to keep getting better statistically. What do you think of Vinny?
Okay, so I wasn't as screwed with running back as I thought it would be.
Yeah, you got some options.
I was thinking about reaching for Mitchell because he was kind of a breakout star last year, I thought.
I like Elijah Mitchell a lot.
I'm pretty high on him, but I might have a chance to get him next pick too.
The turn, yeah. Don't tell Team 1.
Yeah. I mean, lucky for you. I think the bots tend to. I mean, they deviate a little bit, but they tend to stick to their ADP, so you can kind of plan it out better than like with me and Kyle.
Yeah, it's like maybe we like somebody, so we're gonna reach.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've shown that we're not afraid to reach.
Because I feel like I feel stronger about Mitchell than any running back above him. I feel like I don't know how Gibson's good, but I don't know.
Those Commanders.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They drafted a new running back, didn't they? Washington.
I think they did. I think you're right.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of question marks with Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are scared of him though. Like, ADP wise.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for my flex player, my wide receiver 3, hoping that Mitchell is available. All right, I'm gonna put Metcalf.
I like that, Vinny. I would have done the same thing.
Nice. All right, and then I can get Mitchell.
There it is. All right, so we got
that worked out pretty well. Metcalf's not. I mean, Metcalf was probably like more of a stud in earlier seasons, but I mean, he's still consistent. I feel like
the talent's there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
The question mark is going to be the QB play without Russell Wilson.
They're liking Geno Smith in camp. I don't know if that's just all talk, trying to get the fans like excited about a Geno Smith season, but
maybe they're like, please still buy the tickets. Look, we have DK. we threw money at him. Come on. But then it was Travis Etienne at 412. Then 5th round we had Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson's going pretty late. feel like compared to, I mean, like 2 seasons ago, like coming off that season where he was like MVP or like top like 3 fantasy QB, he was going in like the first like 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
Like he's definitely crept down recent years.
And I don't know if that's justified, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I definitely like him in 5th round for sure.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good value pick.
Then we had Vinny's pick of Elijah Mitchell. Now we got Connor on the clock.
Yeah, it's a good pick for Vinny. So I definitely he was on my board.
Oh.
So tempted to go running back just because of scarcity, but I think there's a few receivers there that I'm pretty interested in. I was thinking Cortland Sutton, young receiver, new quarterback in Russell Wilson, and I mean that's a high potential pick right there. He could
Do you
really
like
go
him
off.
more than Jerry Jeudy?
I mean, I could see either really.
Like what?
Or even both, you know.
Yeah.
I think
I think that's part of the problem for me with the Broncos receivers too, though, just because we haven't seen how this offense operates with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those guys is going to be the more dominant one, and it's like which one?
You buy the wrong one.
Yeah, I'd be kind of scared of that.
Yeah, but if you buy the right one, I mean, feeling pretty good. The other one I was thinking Mike Williams, high-powered offense. He can really put together big games.
Oh yeah, he's a deep threat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big time deep threat.
Justin Herbert throwing to him, that offense.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Because I think Mike Williams is a safer pick, but Cortland Sutton is higher potential.
I agree.
And I feel like I've been going pretty safe. So I'll take Cortland Sutton.
How we get risky.
Nice.
I like that. So we've got Antonio Gibson, then Mike Williams, then Amari Cooper, J.K. Dobbins, Chris Godwin, then Joe Burrow. I'm disappointed that Chris Godwin was selected because that's who I was definitely going to be targeting with my next pick. Anyone in there that's like super surprising or?
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess Joe Burrow a little bit, getting drafted the same round as Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are like just buying into the fact that Joe Burrow is gonna like be the man, like calling his own shots and all that, like directing the offense and all that.
Coming off a Super Bowl.
He is coming off a Super Bowl, but I don't know. Fantasy-wise, I see a lot more value with Lamar Jackson than Joe Burrow.
Kind of seems like a quarterback you like more like a winning quarterback instead of a fantasy quarterback. You know, I kind of see like Aaron Rodgers in the same vein.
Yeah.
You know, where he's gonna be incredible and win games. But in terms of fantasy,
I mean, he was the MVP last year, and I think he barely cracked like top 10. In fantasy, so yeah, I'm very happy. It seems like QBs are getting snatched up right now. I'm happy that this QB fell to me. I don't have to think.
Murray.
I don't have to think too much about this pick, so I am picking Kyler Murray. I'm very excited about him.
Don't blame me one bit.
Especially at this point in the draft, I'm very happy where I got him.
Like if you didn't take Kyler Murray, I probably would have, honestly, because that's like so late for him. I could totally see him being like a top 3-4 guy.
Yeah.
So now I'm up. got a receiver, 2 running
Brandon
backs,
Cooks.
and a tight end, and we've got Brandon Cooks.
This is your apology.
Close.
Draft him.
Close in ADP. Gonna surprise you guys. I'm probably not going with Brandon Cooks here.
Man.
This is the point in my mock drafts where I start getting a little risky. I found myself consistently getting risky, like with this like 5th round pick. And you guys might be like, but like
Michael Thomas. Don't say it's
I'm
Michael
gonna
Thomas.
I'm gonna probably pick Michael Thomas
Oh
here.
my.
um,
I knew it was coming.
Oh my
I
god.
bought him last year. It didn't work out. I'm ready to get my second ticket, my second admission ticket, because he's healthy. He's practicing right now. I want the rollover from last year. That I want to keep riding the ride. So we're gonna go with Michael Thomas with this pick. Then it went Marquise Brown
Marquise Brown.
and
The Brown brothers.
what is it?
Amon-Ra.
What
Yeah,
was it? What is it?
Amon-Ra
Amon.
St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. All I see is A St. Brown, and I'm like, how do I say his name? What is it? I'm like, Amari. I'm like, no, it's not Amari. Don't say that. My brain's like, no, it's Amari. No, it's not. Okay, so now it's back to me.
I don't hate that Michael Thomas pick, by the way.
No, I mean,
I think that could pay off.
Yeah, his ADP is like 6th round. I took him a little early with like late 5th, but I personally think he's going to do pretty well. I think there's obviously injury question marks, but then there's also like Chris Olave is there now too, and like he hasn't played in a while, so like is he really going to be the target monster again? I mean, the talent's there. I coming off an injury, I'm willing to take the gamble in 5th, 6th round.
He's
So
your
now
wide
we've got.
receiver too.
He is. I mean, I like Michael Thomas as a wide receiver too, a lot. Like even if he's not like top 10, Michael Thomas, top 15, I could totally see that. I'd be surprised if he kind of wasn't a top 20 guy and he was playing. ADP wise, we have Dalton Schultz, T.J. Hawkinson, Allen Robinson. There's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not huge on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I drafted him the first 2 rounds last year. I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, I'll run it back with Michael Thomas, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who actually played, I'm like, no, can't use him. Like, this is the point where it's like, how risky do I want to get with my team? Because like, I really want to go with DeAndre Hopkins with this pick right here.
Man.
I know. That's like super risky 2 rounds, but like I kind of want to do it and just be like, all right, I'm not gonna have him for 6 games, but like after that, like look, my receivers are gonna be Stephon Diggs, Michael Thomas, and DeAndre Hopkins. Who like if that works out, that's looking pretty nice. But like that's risky, you know what I mean? Like that's very risky. But there's also Miles Sanders there, and I do like Miles Sanders this year. I think he's gonna have a better year than last year. This is tough. This is a really tough one. I think running backs are going to drop big time after this pick, too, if I don't take Miles Sanders. It hurts because Hopkins also had like kind of a down year last year. A little bit. But he was also battling injuries. I'm going Hopkins. That's super risky, but I'm doing it.
I like it.
That could pay off a lot. Could also put your team in a bad position. But
hey, if one of those 2 pays off, I'm good with spending 2 picks there. I don't know.
I think if you said you had those 3 receivers like 2 or 3 years ago, you'd be going crazy. Like,
yeah. Now it's kind of like rolling the dice, but I like roll. I'll roll the dice in 5th, 6th round. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I'm taking a trip down memory lane a couple rounds ago when I picked George Kittle. right now ADP is telling me to pick Dalton Schultz, who I do like Dalton Schultz a lot. He's actually the cutoff for tight ends for me until I like start waiting forever for a tight end. And I'm just seeing I could have waited for a tight end and picked Deontay Johnson instead of George Kittle. Um, I could have gotten another running back with Travis Etienne. I could have gotten DK Metcalf. I mean, and then pair that off with Dalton Schultz. Uh, you could definitely argue that would have been a better combo than just George Kittle and who I'm about to pick. But I think in order to really lower my risk on my team, my risk level, I'm going to have to make this pick with A.J. Dillon since I have Aaron Jones.
Nice.
That's a good choice. Good handcuff. And then also, like, he'll be productive even when they're both healthy, I feel. Not as productive, obviously, but
yeah,
definitely you use them. So we've got... Oh, go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, there's definitely other players that I would have liked to start in my starting lineup over A.J. Dillon, but like I said before, I just want to minimize my risk level here with that pick.
So after you, we had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I honestly, I don't hate him in the 6th round. I just have that terrible taste in my mouth from having him last year of just, like, he just didn't. I mean, I drafted him in, like, the 2nd round, so, like, obviously I'm going to have a bad taste in my mouth. But 6th round, I mean, I don't know.
Give me Ronald Jones.
Yeah, Ronald Jones, like, that makes me nervous about drafting Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who already wasn't doing the best as the RB1, you know? I could see them doing more of a committee, too. I think the argument with Clyde Edwards-Helaire is that people are thinking he's going to kind of turn a corner now that they don't have Tyreek Hill and that they're going to have to look elsewhere in their offense. And, like, I could see that. Worthy of a mid-6th round dart throw kind of thing. But I just have a bad taste in my mouth from last year from him.
Yeah, it seems like we got some dart throws in this round.
Yeah, that's after when they start.
Yeah, after Clyde, we have Miles Sanders, who, I mean, theoretically should be good.
Should be. I feel like Go Birds. I feel like we have a big time committee going on, running back wise. Especially we add Jalen Hurts into that too. He's going to vulture touchdowns and rushing production. We have one of the best offensive lines though in football, and Miles Sanders is entering a contract year, so he has extra incentive to like really demand targets and like try to get paid. So I think that like that could really pay off for someone taking Miles Sanders in the 6th round based on him having a not so great season last year, because that not so great season last year really wasn't his fault. They just were not utilizing him. Miles Sanders is a very good player. And like just like 2 years ago, he was being drafted in like the 3rd round, 4th round. I mean, I'm not biased at all. But I would say he has the talent of like a top 3 round kind of selection guy. I just think that we're not utilizing him the way that he needs to be that high. Go Birds. So we've got Allen Robinson going after Miles Sanders, and we have Juju, Smith-Schuster, Brandon Cooks, and then Adam Thielen. I like Juju in the 6th round. They drafted a receiver though. The Chiefs did.
Yeah, Sky Moore.
Sky. Yeah. What was his name?
Sky Moore.
Sky Moore, yeah. So I don't know if... I mean, I wouldn't think that he would be like a 1A kind of receiver, but I don't really know him.
Yeah.
I think Juju will have a productive year.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks is going way too high, for sure.
Leave him alone.
I'm kidding. That was just an ongoing joke. No, I'm kidding. That's a good spot for sure.
I think that's a safer pick than Juju. And
I
Allen
agree. I would have taken Brandon Cooks over Juju, most likely. And we've got Adam Thielen. Now we're up to Connor.
Yeah, I think those were a lot of good value receivers just taken. And I guess like Matt was saying, this is perfect time to take tight end when you got Dalton Schultz just sitting there.
Yeah, I like that.
So I think I just gotta take him.
You like him more than Hawkinson?
Yeah. I like the offense a lot more. I like that T.J. Hawkinson's a big target, talented, but I don't know, the Detroit offense, I don't trust it as much.
Yeah, I get that. If it say like 2 picks beforehand, Schultz would have been taken, would you have taken Hawkinson with that pick?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I see Dallas Goedert down there too, and be like, I do think I would take Hawkinson though.
Okay. I'm just wondering for our draft later. That's what I was wondering.
Good.
All right.
Kyle, I better not be drafting close to you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, good. Now we know who we're all gonna be reaching for, which is some scary information.
Or maybe we're all lying.
Yeah, like I said, we're doing everything that we're doing in these episodes.
Was Kyle cutting out for you?
Yeah.
For you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, you're frozen right now. Kyle, you're so frozen right now.
Oh no.
Get our feet.
Oh,
I hear him.
It's moving.
Wait, you hear me?
Super
Hello?
fast.
Wait, your video is catching up to what you're doing.
Hello?
We might have lost Kyle.
I mean, I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah.
Does that look cool?
You're still. We can hear you, but you're very choppy still.
I turn my Wi-Fi off. If that did anything.
Yeah.
It seems better.
It's better.
Oh, all right, cool.
Okay.
Someone streaming.
Hopefully that looks funny.
Netflix.
Maybe.
Oh, they look very funny. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I was going like this.
Yeah.
You said it was. I could consistently hear and see you guys the entire time. So I was seeing and hearing everything you were saying, and you're like, it's going really fast, and I was like, trying to go like that and see if that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was something.
We got Vinny on the clock.
Yeah.
So Vinny's got
Kyle,
2 running backs and 3 receivers.
Kyle, I'm going with our boy.
There it is, Jalen Hurts, 6th round. I like it.
I have pretty high hopes for him this year. So we'll see how that goes.
He's got the weapons, and he's got the same legs. So.
And now I'm gonna pick one of his weapons.
There you go. All right, so we got he picked Hurts, then it was T.J. Hawkinson, then Darnell Mooney. I like Darnell Mooney in the 7th round for sure.
Yeah.
And then Dallas Goedert was Vinny's
I'm
next
really
pick.
high on Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I like Goddard. 7th round for sure.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I think Goddard's going to have a pretty safe touchdown floor, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now we got Connor up next. Connor's got, what do you got? 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and a tight end.
Yeah. Thinking if I should go quarterback, because there's Wilson and Prescott here.
Yeah.
There's also Damian Harris. Could go running back.
I've been hearing rumors of what's his name? Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah. I have also.
Yeah, they seem like he might be looking like the man in that
Yeah.
backfield.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get excited about a Patriots running back as like the man, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There hasn't been a man since LeGarrette Blount in that backfield.
Yeah. Definitely makes you nervous.
And receiver, got the rookie there, Drake London. I'd be more interested in like Gabriel Davis or Devontae Smith. Hmm. I think I probably need to go QB here. And with that, I'll take Dak.
That's a good pick. Kareem Hunt didn't follow me.
Yeah.
So we got Ken Walker, which is interesting. This is one of the all the mock drafts that I've been doing. I always see Rashad Penny going ahead of Ken Walker. I feel like the assumption is that Rashad Penny's the workhorse 1A kind of running back right now, where he's getting 20 carries, and Ken Walker's the backup. But this mock draft seems that they would think the other way around maybe, or they're thinking that Ken Walker's just gonna like supplant Rashad Penny at some point.
Yeah.
It's interesting though.
I mean, I'd rather have Rashad Penny than Ken Walker.
I would too.
I think people are undervaluing Rashad Penny too much.
I agree. So we had Kareem Hunt, Cordero Patterson, Russell Wilson, Damian Harris, and Drake London.
Yeah. Kyle, are you regretting your Hopkins pick at all? Would you rather have gone Kareem Hunt with your pick to pair off with Nick Chubb?
I think no. I don't think I'm regretting the Hopkins pick, although it really hurts not having Kareem Hunt. Like I was really hopeful that I could land him in the 7th round, but just where I was drafting, it just didn't work out. But I don't think I would trade my Hopkins pick for a Kareem Hunt pick that early.
Yeah.
It hurts though. It really hurts.
Yeah. My team is hurting for a second wide receiver.
Oh my, yes it is.
Oh.
1 receiver and 3 running backs and a tight end with QB.
Yeah. But I'm not worried too much, to be honest. Honestly, my strategy is going how I thought it would. I knew there was talent in the wide receiver pool. Like, it's deep this season. I've got 2 options sitting right in front of me, and I'm high on both of them. It's Rashad Bateman. I'm going to say both of them because even if Kyle doesn't pick them, I think the computer's going to pick them. It's Rashad Bateman and Gabriel Davis. I think with Marquise Brown out of the picture in Baltimore, I think Rashad Bateman's going to step up as that wide receiver 1 for Lamar Jackson. And then Gabriel Davis, there's a lot of hype with Gabriel Davis and what he did in the playoffs last year. 4 touchdowns in 1 game. It's being the wide receiver 2 in that offense. There's a lot in the Buffalo Bills offense. There's a lot to get excited for with Gabriel Davis. So I'd be happy with either of these players at this pick. I'm not heavily leaning one player versus another. I'm not considering Devontae Smith because I don't think he's going to be the wide receiver 1 for his team, and his QB situation isn't the best.
Go Birds. Go Birds.
So I think I'm going to go with Rashad Bateman. I'm going to hope that Lamar Jackson leans on Rashad Bateman as the go-to receiver, like he leaned on Marquise Brown a lot last season. and Marquise Brown had a top 10 fantasy season. I don't see why Rashad Bateman can't step into that role.
Rashad Bateman seems like he's going to be a pretty safe 7th round pick. You know what I mean? Like,
I think so, yeah.
He's going to get a lot of targets.
I think that's great value.
Yeah. So where I'm right now is like looking back at my Hopkins pick. You asked me if I was regretting not taking Kareem Hunt there. I almost like I more regret almost missing on like Miles Sanders. No bias. But I worry about like now I have 2 running backs on my roster, and like we're in the 7th round now, so like they're gonna start dropping off. I mean, they've already started to drop off a lot. So with this pick, I'm gonna reach a little bit to get a running back that I think is gonna have a good season, and I'm gonna take Rashad Penny here. After Rashad Penny, we had Zach Ertz, then Devin Singletary. So now it's back to me. So here I'm looking at like I like Devontae Smith. I kind of agree though. Like I'm kind of the same mindset where like AJ Brown's gonna be a target monster.
I'm pissed.
What are you smiling at?
I'm pissed.
What are you smiling about?
I'm pissed. I shouldn't have said anything.
Dude, I've done so many mock drafts at this point. Even if you didn't bring up Rashad Penny, I was gonna take Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
Did you bring up Rashad Penny? Is that what you're referring to? I think that's what you're referring to.
I'm not saying anything, man. I'm done.
I'm gonna rewatch the episode.
I'm done, man.
I kind of agree though with Devontae Smith. The argument there. I really like taking like. I really like Tom Brady here, though. I think that's a crazy good value. I mean, if you guys watch my tier list episode, you'll know how high I ranked Tom Brady.
Yeah, with your rankings, I feel like this should be an instant pick.
It is.
Okay. All right. I was saying I was so pissed for saying Gabriel Davis because I thought either you or the computer were going to take him. He's still sitting there. So this is easy pick for me. I really get to bolster my my wide receivers here this late into the draft. I think I'm sitting pretty.
All right. So we got, is it Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, it's Garrett Wilson.
Okay, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Hunter Renfrow, Tyler Lockett, Tony Pollard, Chase Edmonds, and then we got Connor on the clock. I think Tyler Lockett's pretty late, 8th round. I think people are really worried about the Seahawks QB situation and Geno Smith and getting the ball, but I think Tyler Lockett is a very talented player.
Definitely would rather have him over Renfrow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Garrett Wilson, I mean, if you're getting a Jets wide receiver, I guess you're kind of betting on Zach Wilson a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he hasn't really shown too much, to be honest.
I was hoping that Chase Edmonds would fall to me. I mean, you know, if you look at that running back group there, it's filled with a lot of talent, but I do like Chase Edmonds as a running back. And I feel like I kind of have to go running back with my only 2 being Derrick Henry and James Conner.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you've been holding off on the running back for a while.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised on that, because I definitely like having 3 good, reliable running backs on my team. But
no, see, like that's an interesting point though, because like a lot of like most of us, not all of us, we all kind of like we like the running back strategy where like we're taking these top tier running backs, but like here in a live mock draft scenario, look at our first 3 picks. I've got wide receiver, then running back, then tight end. Matt, you have wide receiver, running back, then tight end, and Connor, you have running back, wide receiver, running back. So like I feel like so much of this is where we value players, and if we think we're getting like you got to draft who you think is going to get the most points, obviously.
Yep.
But those running backs are just such a commodity. Makes things very interesting.
Yep.
Take Melvin Gordon.
All right.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, if Team 4 was a real person, I think they would have done Melvin Gordon instead of Chase Edmonds, just because they have Javonte Williams on their team.
Yeah, that would make way more sense for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we? So we're at 9:55. Anyone remember when we started recording?
Great question.
We are an hour and 20 minutes in.
Okay. Do we want to complete the entire draft, or like should we go down to like round like 10? What are we thinking?
I mean, we could probably start zooming by these picks, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less explanation, more just picking who you want.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
With that, I will go. I'm gonna reach into the cookie jar here pretty far. I guess it's not that
Interesting.
far now, but I'm gonna go with a running back. I'm gonna go with Carter.
Okay.
He did pretty well last season. I actually had him in the beginning, but he wasn't doing much in the beginning of the year, so I dropped him to the waiver wire, and then Matt picked him up, and he did pretty good for Matt, if I remember right.
Yep. He was serviceable. Definitely for a waiver pickup.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got Chris Olave and then Treylon Burks. So we got a pair of rookie wide receivers going. I definitely like the rookies in the 8th, 9th round. I can see either one of those rookies doing pretty well too.
Yeah.
These are your lottery picks. If you're gonna hit the jackpot or not in the season.
Okay, let's see. I got 3 running backs, 3 receivers, quarterback, and a tight end. All right. So I feel like I pick this guy every year, but he's always pretty reliable. Hopefully he stays reliable with his new team, but I'm going to go with Robert Woods.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick a lot.
Good value there.
Yeah, I like him a lot. So
I think he's going to be the number 1 option on that Titans.
I feel like
receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 9th round. That's a good spot.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what does Connor need?
Pick. I'm gonna go James Cook.
Okay.
Maybe. He'll take that number 1 spot, and you see some rookies, running backs, really show out. So take a flyer on him.
I like that. We got Dawson Knox, Elijah Moore, Pat Freiermuth, Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Brandon Ayuk, and then we have Matt on the clock.
This is beautiful. I'm so happy.
Are you looking at Lazard?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Oh yeah.
I would have smashed taking Lazard if you didn't. That like end of 9th round to me. I think he's gonna excel. He's a really good value. I mean, you're stepping into the wide receiver 1 spot for Aaron Rodgers. Like.
You see the training camp interviews with Davante Adams and then also Aaron Rodgers, a separate interview.
No, I've heard rumblings from training camp in terms of like Aaron Rodgers really liking Lazard for a top receiver.
Well, Davante Adams was asked like, how has the transition been from going from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr? And then Davante Adams says, well, it's always tough going from Hall of Fame Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. And I was just like, I don't know if Derek Carr is a Hall of Famer. But
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers heard that, and in his camp interview, he was asked about the wide receiver situation and
Of course he
transitioning
was.
to the new number one receiver, and was asked about Allen Lazard, how he liked Allen Lazard as the number one guy. And Aaron Rodgers said, "Well, it's always tough going from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer."
Of course he did.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It sounds like a jab at Allen Lazard, but later in the interview, I mean, he goes on to talk about how he likes Allen Lazard a lot.
Yeah,
He
they're
said good
definitely
things.
hyping up Allen Lazard. So this is where the draft starts getting a little tricky. We did get well, actually you're not picking. So we did get Deshaun Watson update. A Deshaun Watson update where he's going to be suspended. What, it was 6 games?
6 games, which
6
is
games.
best case scenario, I think.
Best case scenario for him. So I think that's definitely an upgrade for Amari Cooper.
Yep.
And I think that you can for me, I'm like kind of contemplating him in these next 2 rounds.
Amari Cooper?
No, not Amari Cooper. Deshaun Watson. Sorry.
Oh, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson a little bit. Got Mike Gesicki here. Not crazy.
Going 2 tight ends.
Yeah, it's really Trey Lance, Christian Kirk, Chase Claypool. Got Russell Gage, Derek Carr. We do have Ramondre Stevenson, who I have also heard rumors of he's doing well. It's a tough pick.
Christian Watson.
True. I like Kadarius Toney, I will say that. Also, I think that he's a very talented player who definitely had the injury bug, but definitely he passed the eye test when he was playing. But it's the Giants, so it's this is really tough, and this is kind of I'm gonna go Claypool.
Nice.
I'm not in love. I'm not in love with the Steelers' offense, but I think Claypool's a very talented player. In that I've seen him make some really, really nice grabs, and he has had huge games. So I think the potential is there for him. It's just tough because they also drafted that Pickens, wide receiver. So it's do I really think there could be 2 to 3 viable wide receivers in the Steelers in their situation? Probably not. Probably Deontay Johnson, and Claypool's kind of a dart throw to me in the 9th round, but he's a very talented player, so I'm cool with it. And then with my second pick here, I'm gonna go with Stevenson, just because I have heard the same rumors of him potentially being that lead back there and getting a lead back 10th round. Cool with me. So even if that's kind of a shot, I'll take that shot in 10th round for sure.
You definitely stole him from him. I would have.
There you go.
I would have got Stevenson with this pick here. Now I gotta rethink what I wanted to do. I mean, I'm not. I could really double down if I wanted to. I was thinking about Christian Watson, and double down on my Green Bay Packers picks. One of them's got to hit, but I decided to diversify my squad a little bit. so I picked up Kadarius Toney. I think he's a talented wide receiver.
I'm kind of jealous. Like I kind of like going back and forth in my head, where I'm like, I kind of wish I would have taken Kadarius Toney instead of Chase Claypool. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
So what do we got next? We got Trey Lance, Russell Gage, Sky Moore, Christian Watson, Mike Gesicki, Kirk Cousins, and Connor on the clock.
Hmm. Am I really going 3 running backs right in a row?
The way to do it. We love our running backs in this podcast.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in my receivers. I think I can. I think there's other options lower for receiver, so if Dalvin Cook gets injured, you know,
The big boost
Madison
to your squad.
taking a shot with that. So I know, like, without Dalvin Cook out, doesn't really provide much at all. So
Best handcuff in the league, right there, 10th round. It's good. That's a good pick.
yeah, no wrong picks down here.
Yep. Now we got Vinny on the clock.
Okay, so I have 4 receivers, 3 running backs. So round that out and go with another running back. This one might be a shock, but I feel like he's pretty well utilized.
Daryl Henderson. Okay.
Yeah.
Cam Akers gets hurt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Never know.
Then we have what? Isaiah Spiller and Cole Kmet. And then we've got Vinny back on the clock.
It's me once again. You know what? I'll keep rounding things out here.
You're going for a balanced squad approach.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Not like me, who picks 4 receivers 4 straight rounds.
Well, I usually take care of my running backs and receivers before I go to kickers and defense. I don't know if that's ever the smart way to go, but it's what I usually do. I guess I need a backup quarterback too. Let's add one more receiver to the core. Why not?
Gallup. I like the Gallup pick.
Yeah.
You took him, Vinny. Took him from me. Man. That's a good pick, though.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You
he's
might have more
currently injured, so.
Yeah, but when he's playing there, I think he's going to be a very serviceable second wide receiver for the Cowboys for sure.
I do too.
Definitely.
All right.
Team 12's a big time Bengals fan, by the way. I didn't realize they drafted Jamar Chase and then Joe Mixon with the next pick.
And I swear I don't only draft Packers players. It's just how it turned out.
Lazard, Dillon, Jones, Adams.
No bias.
You want to trade Kadarius Toney for Chase Claypool? If we do a mock draft trade right here, because I feel like I've got some regret going on. I feel like I
Nah,
would flip this.
I wouldn't do that trade. I think Claypool has a lot of talent, but I'm not confident in the Steelers' offense to actually get
Like
him the ball.
the more I think about it, the more I would rather put my eggs in the Kadarius Toney basket than the Chase Claypool basket.
Valdez Scantling. Think new situation, maybe him and Mahomes.
On the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I kind of value Valdez Scantling and Juju kind of close together. It's just who does Patrick Mahomes like throwing to? I think it's the big question.
Okay.
MVS, he would get 50-yard bombs from Aaron Rodgers. That was his main purpose. And you could say that was Tyreek Hill's main purpose. So MVS could turn into that Tyreek Hill role where he's just getting open down the field. And Patrick Mahomes proved that he can throw it deep downfield accurately. So I might lean a little bit more towards MVS than Juju.
So MVS is Tyreek Hill. Confirmed.
No, he's taller Tyreek Hill.
Akueg. Am I saying that right?
Akueg Wagamana.
Denver tight end. We got Akuega. Next, Tua Tagovailoa. Next, Ronald Jones. We could get that one. Jarvis Landry. Then we got James Robinson, Tyler Boyd. And then it is Matt's pick.
It's me. I'm going to pick. I think this guy is going to be the starter for his team. I'm not too entirely sure, but if he is the starter for his team, then I think this is a great round to pick him up at.
Dameon Pierce, yeah. I was looking that way also. Even bad teams can have productive players. See that volume.
Arian Foster. It's my favorite fantasy player. I loved Arian Foster.
I was gonna put him on the thumbnail because I knew you liked him.
You should have.
I think there was wasn't there a thing where he punched a water cooler or something?
Probably.
I was trying to find a picture of that. I couldn't find one though.
Yeah, I think there was a time where he injured himself, throwing a temper tantrum.
It's not a good look.
No, but I love Arian Foster.
I did look at the Houston depth chart, and they have Marlon Mack and Rex Burkhead also. But
okay,
who's listed as the number one? It's Dameon Pierce, right?
I guess it depends what source you look at.
Okay. I wouldn't be too confident in Marlon Mack as your RB1 anyways, so I'd be looking for the rookie to take over.
He had that one super solid season, Marlon Mack, and people are holding on to that. I know if you guys use this sleeper app, it's an ongoing joke where any news thing that pops up, anything they comment, how does this affect Marlon Mack? People are so obsessed with Marlon Mack.
I haven't been on Sleeper that long. It's only been a couple weeks, and I've seen that joke multiple times.
That joke's been going on for longer than a year because there were rumblings of him getting traded all of last year. So that's all people would bring up is how does this affect Marlon Mack? His value. I like Hunter Henry here a lot. I think he's going to be a pretty productive tight end. I also really like Deshaun Watson here. And I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson here, and hope Hunter Henry's still there, and he's not going to be. I probably should do Hunter Henry and then hope Deshaun Watson isn't there. But if this is a real life draft, I would go Deshaun Watson.
You'd rather have him, yeah.
I'm going to go Deshaun Watson here. And there it is. Hunter Henry's still available. We got Irv Smith, and then we got Naheem Hines, and I'm going to take Hunter Henry.
Nice. I think this is another easy pick for me. I'm not going to overthink this pick. With the news of Leonard Fournette, um, with his weight situation, maybe.
Yeah, how do you say this politely?
Yeah, with his weight situation, um, I think this rookie that they brought into the backfield is going to put a lot of pressure on him, and maybe whip him back into shape. I don't know, or maybe he takes over the job. So I think that's safe dart throw. I feel like
It's a good
later
flyer
round. Yeah.
for the 12th round. So we got David Njoku, Jamison Williams, Rondell Moore, Marlon Mack, T. Algier, running back for the Falcons. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. And Jahan Dotson. So definitely a lot of rookies are flying in this round, which makes sense. I like Jamison Williams. I think he could be productive, even though it's the Lions. So it's like, and we were talking earlier, Matt, but Jahan Dotson had a really nice training camp highlight this past week, where it was like a bad play on his part in that he bobbled the ball, but made like a miraculous save to like catch it.
That was George Pickens.
George Pickens, never mind. Sorry, yeah. Jahan Dotson. Maybe I'll talk about you one day like that, but it was actually George Pickens. Still getting my rookies in order. We haven't done a rookie episode yet.
No, we haven't. I think we will have time for a rookie episode.
I think so too. I think we should.
Yeah, I agree.
We could bring up like tape and like screen share like highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, this guy looks pretty good. This guy's good.
Yeah.
And then we watch the next one, like, oh, this guy looks good too. Oh, they all look good. They're in college.
Yep.
Sweet.
Connor's thinking 12. Long and hard.
Yeah.
12 is where the decisions are made.
Trying to think what I want to do here.
This is the round before defenses and kickers.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So do I want to take defense?
How many rounds are in this mock draft? Just 14?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it's 14. Okay.
So 2 more rounds after these last 3 picks here.
Perfect. My iPad's at 10%.
Okay. With this pick, probably gonna go Pickens.
All right.
I like the talent there.
Yeah, it's definitely a talent pick. I don't love the situation, quarterback situation, and also just big receiver group there, but very talented. So
yeah, I think the situation's abysmal. Just with all those, they have a lot of good receivers, and then that QB situation. I don't know how it's going to turn out.
All right. Get myself. Tricky. I'm going to get myself a backup QB.
Right, Justin Fields. Jacoby Myers. And then we got our first kicker, right? First kicker?
Yeah, first kicker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pearson.
And I'm taking that Bills defense.
Wow. Good pick.
Nice. Thank you. So we all have to go defense kicker here, right? Like none of us have defense kicker.
Unless you don't want to start a defense or kicker.
Sometimes that could be a good strategy. Maybe not for the kicker, but the defense.
I'll air it out here. Surprised Julio Jones is not drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this ADP isn't
His
updated
ADP is
enough.
it might not be super updated. And here is ranks at 180. I feel like he's a guy that'd be worthy of a flyer in that Tampa Bay offense.
It would be. It definitely would
I don't
be.
know. There's a lot of mouths to feed there, but in the very, very late rounds, I'd throw a flyer his way potentially.
Yeah.
This is a 15 round draft, maybe.
Yeah, I think he would be gone in a 15-round draft.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yes.
Vinny, you
So I
picked
got
Bills.
Tucker.
Justin Tucker. Then we had Rams, Butker, Buccaneers defense, Ravens, Chargers, Daniel Carlson, and then Matt.
Yeah. Debating between 49ers or Saints. I think the Saints upgraded their defense a lot this offseason, so
Yeah.
just going to lean towards them.
I'm going to take 49ers. I was going to take whatever one you weren't going to take there. Coming back to me, kicker. Let's go with Tyler Bass, for sure. So Saints, 49ers, then we had Matt Gay, Dallas Cowboys defense. Then I took Tyler Bass. It's back to Matt.
I would have picked Tyler Bass there, too. I'm going to go with Matt Prater.
That's a good one. Then we have Packers, Nick Folk, Young Ho Koo, Rodrigo Blankenship, Patriots, defense, Robbie Good, and then to Connor.
All right. And I'll take the Colts defense.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
All right, and my last pick will be old reliable
Vinatieri, nice.
He's retired, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's retired.
Okay, that's a good way to end it. I like it.
He could come back.
Kicker gets injured.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
could come back.
Never know.
And ended up with the
All it
Broncos.
takes is one phone call.
All right. I think we should say everyone's teams, and then we should pick whose team we like the most. Would we want to pick from everyone's teams or just our teams?
Let's do ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those bums didn't know what they were doing. They're not even on our level.
No way. So Vinny, he's got Christian McCaffrey, RB1, RB2, Elijah Mitchell. He's got Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Jalen Hurts as his QB, Goddard, the tight end, Michael Carter, Robert Woods, Henderson, Gallup. I mean, we're all looking at the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to say everyone. We can read through these teams ourselves because there's a lot of names.
Vinny, I think you had a really strong start to your draft.
I think so too.
Those first 3 picks are just those are looking nice.
Yeah.
So we're all picking our own team then?
It's tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
We all got different things going on, I feel like.
I think my team's risky, honestly. The first 4 picks I feel super safe about, and then doing Michael Thomas followed by DeAndre Hopkins is a little bit riskier than I like. But with the talent level of those 2 players, it's hard for me to pass up on them there.
Yeah.
I will say the two things about my draft that are questionable for me is taking like Hopkins over Miles Sanders or like Thomas over Miles Sanders, like one of those two. Like instead of doing both of those risky receivers, doing like one and then like Miles Sanders, and then the Claypool over Kadarius Toney. I totally would have flip flopped that. Like going back in time, I would have taken Kadarius Toney for sure.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't really our original question at all, but just looking back at the draft, I like it. Other than that, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't want to be the guy to say I like my own team, but I think I might like my own team the most,
Do
to be
it.
honest. I don't know. I think I believe in Brees Hall as my RB2. I think I got a lot of value with wide receivers in those later rounds, and think it's more likely than not that Rashad Bateman, Gabriel Davis, Alan Lazard, Kadarius Toney, I think any of them could really pop off and be a top 15 receiver. And I'm really happy about the Kyler Murray pick. George Kittle, I'm happy that I got a top tight end. And I got some depth with running back with some rookie picks that could pan out. Yeah, overall, I think my strategy I was going into the draft with worked out with waiting on receiver a little bit later. Even though I picked receiver first round.
I really like your 4 straight receivers from like round 7 to 10. Bateman, Gabriel Davis, Alan Lazard, Kadarius Toney. I like all those picks. That's
they're all solid.
Pretty good values from all those.
I really like Vinny's receivers. Like I'm just looking at that list, and even the late ones with Woods and Gallup. Yeah, 3 right in a row, early rounds. Even running back's good too. Yeah, I mean I like my team too. Like, I think
I feel like we're all gonna say our own team.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense.
So.
I mean, Connor, with your team, I mean, you got Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuel, and then I really like Michael Pittman there. That I really like that a lot.
I think Connor's team's my favorite.
That Derrick Henry followed by Deebo Samuel is.
That's so solid.
That's.
I know you're cutting out a lot.
We're losing.
No.
You on that Wi-Fi again?
I think I am.
Oh no.
There we go.
All right, looks better. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Let's let the fans decide as to who they think has the best team. We'll obviously we will have screen shared this, but I'll put in the description maybe too, just like our teams. That's probably overkill. It's probably unnecessary, but pick your favorite. Comment your favorite. Who won this draft?
Yeah, give us some fan interaction. We need some feedback.
It could even be one of the bots. You know, you think they did a better job than us? Let us know.
Someone's gonna say.
I mean, honestly, Team 5.
I'm looking at
Team 5. Yeah, Team 5 looks pretty nice.
5 looks pretty nice, yeah.
If Alvin Kamara is good, then
yeah, if he's back,
that is so solid. Yeah. Oh, Mike Williams, that's
probably could have done better at QB there, but
yeah, QB biggest question there, and tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Besides that, though, they're very solid.
In all these teams, trying to pinpoint one quickly.
Team 12 had a good start. The running back too is a little shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if I want to. Yeah.
Nah, not Singletary.
Seven Singletary. basket.
No.
And they only have 3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they don't really have any options.
Yeah. I just like the
They're
Mahomes, Mixon, Deontay Johnson, Chase pick. Marquise Brown, too.
yeah.
I like those picks.
Yeah, because, like, I feel like if it was I don't know, Team 12, what they could have done is instead of taking, like, Amon St. Brown, if they would have taken, like, A.J. Dillon or Miles Sanders or even, like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, just, like, another running back there, maybe.
Or even, like,
Rashad
Russell
Penny.
Wilson. I mean, I guess Derek
Yeah.
Carr. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Carr's not bad.
Yeah, I think we're at the end point here. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, hopefully this was helpful for all of you. At least I'm sure it'll be helpful for our league to see how we're planning the draft. But like I said, we're all planning on utilizing different draft strategies day of draft, so that we're not going to do anything that we're doing here that you can't predict us.
Yeah.
So don't even
And
try.
And I'm hoping we don't get the same draft positions as we did.
Yeah,
in the draft.
that would be funny. It all changes when their draft position changes for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on, Vinny.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Go watch the Dan and Vinny show.
There it is. When does it appear, Vinny? Is it once per week or is it?
We've been doing two a week lately. But
Yeah, it seems like you guys have been having a lot.
Yeah, usually we got our regular news videos airing on Wednesdays, and then Fridays we got shooting with Sugar and the Slapper. So
I saw that. That's awesome.
Stay tuned. We have a Wednesday. We have a top 10 worst entrance theme song and entrance themes list coming out. So
that'd be fun.
There's some pretty funny ones. So
you're gonna be playing it for the people listening.
I think we'll get copyrighted.
Yeah. We'll have to listen along on our own.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But there's some pretty bad ones. So tune in. Also, the date is to be determined, but I will be competing in a wrestling tournament sponsored by the Dan and Vinny Show. So stay tuned for that as well.
Looking forward to it.
Nice.
That's so sweet.
That's gonna be fun. Also, we are starting a dynasty league. Hopefully, we can get you guys some feedback on some dynasty picks or trades throughout the season. I think that'll add a little bit more value to the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, hope to have you back on the show, Vinny.
Absolutely.
Nice having you. Definitely, we're a more chill, just talking about football kind of podcast. Go over to the Dan and Vinny show if you want to see some energy.
That's very true.
All right. Well, I guess we're signing off. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Lakeside Fantasy, and we'll see you guys at the next episode.
Go Birds.
See you.